Everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Please do me a favor, like this video, share it with your friends and family. Also, don't forget the bell. Make sure you get our next video in your subscription feed. You know, it's been a big weekend, and today I want to do a little bit of a summation of where we're at geopolitically here in the United States and worldwide, because we are approaching a hot war. Russia has just listed nuclear targets in North America in response to the proxy wars that we've been fighting in recent years, whether or not this is Ukraine, it is Syria, a major ally of Russia, or it is now Venezuela, where we have an ongoing U.S. John Bolton-backed coup d'etat to overthrow a sovereign leader in the name of Maduro, so that they can install a U.S. central bank puppet in the name of Guaido, as if they really care about the civilian population in Venezuela. Let's be honest. Kids are dying in Yemen right now, and I don't see the United States doing anything there. There's children and women dying in Haiti right now, and I don't really see much going on there. Venezuela is a strategic place for the United States to be, and of course they want the black gold oil. John Bolton has even said this. Now look, I'm not saying that Maduro is a good guy, just like I never said Saddam Hussein was a good guy. Not like I ever said that Muammar Gaddafi was a good guy. By the way, Marco Rubio tweeted, I believe I saw this, tweeted an image of the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi, hinting to what is coming to Maduro's government. Notice how they always say regime, it's a regime, it's a regime, but here it's a government. It's the United States government here in the United States, but it's a regime everywhere else. Now, in response, not only has President Vladimir Putin spoken to his parliament, giving his equivalent of the State of the Union, warning that as a result of nuclear missile warheads being within a 10-minute range of Russia, soon to be placed in parts of Europe. And by the way, the threat is already very real. And already there, he has now listed on mainstream television the top nuclear targets in the United States of America for potential strike and attack. Not to mention that President Putin has also developed technology that the United States allegedly doesn't even possess yet, and hypersonic missiles. After Putin's warning, Russia TV lists nuclear targets in the United States. This is according to Reuters. Moscow, Russian state television, has listed U.S. military facilities that Moscow would target in the event of a nuclear strike, and said that a hypersonic missile Russia is developing would be able to hit them in less than 5 minutes. There's an image here of Vladimir Putin thinking. The targets included the Pentagon and the presidential retreat in Camp David, Maryland. The report, unusual even by the sometimes bellicose standards of Russian state TV, was broadcast on Sunday evening, days after President Vladimir Putin said Moscow was militarily ready for a Cuban Missile-style crisis if the United States wanted one. With tensions rising over Russian fears that the United States might deploy intermediate-range nuclear missiles in Europe as a Cold War era arms control treaty unravels, Putin has said Russia would be forced to respond by placing hypersonic nuclear missiles on submarines near U.S. waters. So the point being here, and I'll include the link in the description below, we are very much in a hot war, soon to be a hot war. This elevated level, height of complacency that you see amongst maybe your friends and family only proves that point. In fact, when complacency is at the highest and people don't think that these things can happen, is when they do actually happen. They teach you this in statistics. There's a bell curve, and the end of the bell curve where the unlikely events are, like the terrorism, war. In fact, this is in the public consciousness today. In fact, if you're paying attention to the news, you'll see that there was article after article after article this week, and this weekend especially, talking about, is this the end of modern civilization? Are we going the way of Rome? Is Europe collapsing as we see the United Kingdom force a Brexit, as we see a great political divide and probably the coming most, this is according to Steve Bannon, vitriolic election since the Civil War in the United States as we battle it out for 2020. And radical leftists, Marxists, socialists are running against the Conservative Party. I mean, this is just bizarre. And a potential re-election of Donald J. Trump. There was even some words today from Warren Buffett, who says he doesn't believe in a third party. He thinks it would be a grave mistake if the Starbucks CEO, former CEO, Howard Schultz, ran as an independent, because he would only steal votes from the Democrats. And by the way, I don't even think that we have the face yet of the Democratic Party who will really be running against Trump. They have not introduced that yet. So we're in a very, very serious situation, and we see this culturally and morally, right, with really no common culture left in America, no common values. There was an article I read yesterday, for example, where the Supreme Court is now debating whether or not they can have a cross in Maryland, I think it was, to honor the fallen soldiers of World War I. Those on the left think that it's actually they're upset about it, that there's a cross honoring our fallen soldiers. It's absolute insanity. And we're seeing this in the collective consciousness, in the hive mind. In fact, I reviewed all this in our brand new course. I encourage you to subscribe, click the link below. It's our Ultimate Prepper's Survival Guide at amtvsurvival.com. I'm teaching a brand new course because thousands of you have asked me to do this, where I'm teaching everything you need to know from prepping, from food and water storage. I just did a huge report with about 3 or 4 videos over the weekend, a few more coming on how to prepare your family for an EMP, an electromagnetic event, geomagnetic disturbance, etc. We just did those reports, and I'm basically putting out report after report. Includes topics like strategic relocation, looking at your individual state to see where nuclear reactors are, for example. I mean, guys, this is real. This is what they are warning us about through the collective consciousness and the hive mind. Again, I point out that they predictively programmed the U.S. population over the Super Bowl with an Amazon commercial that showed the lights going out across the entire country. This is a very, very real and grave threat. And our government is operating on an illusion. One thing that Donald Trump is not addressing at all is the massive debt problem, which is a ticking time bomb and probably the greatest threat to our national sovereignty. And of course, this is why they want to push towards, I'm not saying Trump wants to do this, but this is why the globalists want to push towards this global agenda in a single one world currency and a one world army. And it's why they're pushing for the mark, so that he or she, you tuning in, can't buy or sell without the chip in your right hand or in your forehead or via tattoo. So these are the threats that we are facing. This illusion of indebtedness, of no real value to our currency, not to mention just moral degradation here in the United States, no common culture or value system. This is what's happening with open borders and all this kinds of stuff, are only signs of decline, is only a sign of a civilization's collapse. And they're actually creating a very, very grave risk. This push for globalism makes all of us that much more vulnerable because states are no longer independent. They're interconnected and intertwined. It's like stepping up a ladder, and each new step you take, the step below disappears. Eventually, you get so high up in the clouds that if you fall off, death is certain and fatality is a certainty. And this is what is happening. We've studied this with other civilizations that have collapsed throughout history, whether or not this was Rome or it's the relic of the Mayans and other many lost civilizations. So the point being, folks, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to prepare. You're being fed lies, you're being fed BS, you're being fed propaganda by the state-run media. This is what this control system is. This is what the surveillance state is that they're building, and you must heed these warnings. And so please share this video, get it out to your friends and family. Click the link, the thumbs up, and also click the bell. Make sure you get our next video in your subscription feed. I encourage all of you to click the link below. Join us at amtvsurvival.com. Register today at introductory pricing before pricing goes up. Learn everything that you need to know about prepping you and your family for what we know is ahead. Okay, how to come up with an actual logistical plan. More importantly, join our community. It's the largest in the world at amtvsurvival.com, where you can network with other like-minded individuals, prep in your local city, town, or state. It's important that we bring our communities together so that there is an infrastructure to combat what we know is coming to America. And the divide is great. We must understand that they engineer this political divide for a reason, so that we can't react, so that we're not prepared, so that we're dependent on a centralized federal government. This is what our founding fathers warned us about. So I'll see you all at school. Get this video out there. Again, join us at amtvsurvival.com. Click the link below. I've got a ton of new content coming. We've got 4 or 5 videos already. Again, I went over the EMP topic, which is a huge topic in and of itself, worth the price of admission. And now I'll be rolling out all kinds of survival and prepping related content in the very near future. So make sure you take advantage of that offer. And God bless each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for you tuning in, and I will be producing a new video very shortly. Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Christopher Green. Now is the time to prepare for what you know is coming. Listen to that little voice inside that tells you now's the time to prepare with food and water. Now's the time to get your ducks in a row. Prepare you and your family from all these immediate threats that we know are coming to the United States and worldwide. We have just launched the first ever ultimate survival prepping course in the world at amtvsurvival.com. Click the link below. I teach everything that I know. In fact, we just went over a series of videos teaching our audience on how to prepare and get ready for a potential EMP attack on the USA. A variety of topics from food storage to bug out locations to bug out bags, and more importantly, a community where you can actually relate to other people like yourself and begin networking in your local city, town, or state. It's the agenda of the federal government and centralized powers to keep us divided so that we're not ready for the events ahead. Take a moment, click the link below, take advantage of introductory pricing today at amtvsurvival.com. Get our brand new content that just released this weekend. We've got more videos coming. Again, whether or not you're advanced in prepping or you're a beginner and a weekend warrior, this course is perfect for you. It'll teach you, again, everything that you need to know so that you have the confidence and peace of mind that you're ready. Thank you so much. I'll see you at school. Click the link below, and God bless.